Hey guys, happy end of January. Welcome back to DacK ConFit. It's your boy, Vel.
And your girl Becky and Alvin is there making a very bougie London fog, I think.
Hey guys. Can you hear him? Probably not, maybe.
I hope you don't.
Say it again.
Hey guys.
I think
I don't think we heard you, but it's
I
okay.
think he's kind of there, drifting
He's
in
there.
the wind,
It's like a ghost.
like a plastic bag,
like a tumbleweed.
like a tumbleweed.
Tumble bag.
a tumble bag. Ooh.
Tumble bag. I've seen those. Those are fucking scary.
Tumble bags?
Yeah, because they get caught under your car and then it burns and then you smell the
tumble
plastic.
bags. Oh yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Well, how's it going?
It's going. It's almost Friday. Fucking hell.
Oh.
Oh, hey guys.
Yeah. Fridays.
Oh, did you hear that?
I heard
a ghost.
I heard a distant.
Yum.
So what did you make, Alvin?
1,000. What do you have in your hand?
This is a London fog.
Sweet. And how did you make your London fog?
Incorrectly.
So what
How'd you
is
fuck that up?
what is the correct way of making a London fog then?
So I think you're supposed to steam the milk. Step one. Have some vanilla extract in it. Earl Grey tea. I think that's it. Is that right? Am I wrong?
but
Did
do
you
you
boil it?
but do you seep the Earl Grey in the
No,
milk?
I just throw everything
No, you just throw it in,
in one cup
actually.
and hope for the best.
Yeah.
So yeah,
most
like I
places throw
said,
it in.
incorrectly. But
Well,
I don't mind it.
You're pretty close.
Could you imagine making a London fog with a really good loose leaf Earl Grey with like an organic whole milk and actual vanilla bean?
You lost me at loose leaf. That
Vanilla
seems like a
bean.
lot of effort.
Just make chai.
Chai? Like,
Chai fog. Like a London chai.
well, when people make chai, like in Indian culture, you're supposed to steep it in milk. That's just how chai is.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
You just you cook the ingredients. They don't
In
even,
milk.
Sometimes they don't even use milk.
Sometimes you use
Yeah,
milk,
which
sometimes
is
you use
crazy.
water.
Yeah,
Sometimes
just
they
water
don't
and then
use-
all the freaking
Yeah.
50 ingredients.
Yeah,
I
and
love
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's so
Mhm.
good.
Well, we North Americans butchering everything
Oh, it's easier.
along the
actually.
way we do.
Yeah. It's easier to use milk, so why not?
Well, no, I mean just putting all that crap and having cinnamon flavor in a bag instead of actual cinnamon.
Oh, yeah. Cinnamon flavor.
That's what makes chai not agreeable, I find, personally. When they have
do you
like
mean?
flavorings, like cinnamon flavoring instead of
Oh,
the
I
actual
see what you mean.
spices.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, if you buy it from like a place, it's not the chai.
Unless they have the actual chai blend
Yeah.
with everything, like
That's
in
true.
the bag.
It's kind of close, I guess. But
Close enough.
It's nothing like having the real thing.
Oh,
That's for
no,
sure.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had the real thing.
Well, you better go to fucking 49th in Maine.
49. Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true. They have only the best.
Yeah. Just go to somebody's house. Knock on the door.
Wow.
Can I get some
Do you guys
chai,
have
please?
chai tea? Can you make me some chai tea? Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Come on in.
We just had a pot
No
brewing
problem.
on the stovetop. How did you know?
Yeah. Oh, I could smell it from outside.
Mm.
That's the whole neighborhood, probably.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good. Well, how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's good. Hopefully your stocks are good.
Oh,
And you're
Lord.
you're not buying GameStop.
GameStop.
Or you are buying GameStop.
Or you're spending your entire fortune, all of your life savings on GameStop.
Yes.
This is when I slowly back out
This
of
is
the
when
conversation.
we reel you back in.
No, this is when I slip through
So
your
we
We need your
fingers.
financial advice.
We need your $27,000.
Yeah. Can you borrow some money off you? I promise it's going to a good place.
Yes. Your return will be insane.
I have
Actually.
no comment.
She means yes.
I guarantee you'll either be a multi-millionaire or you'll be bankrupt. There's nothing.
I don't really like the chances of these.
And it's like 50-50.
Ooh, not even 51-49.
No. 50-50.
This is a straight 50-50.
I think I will unfriend you from my life. So what's going on with the stocks, Val? This whole situation. I don't follow stocks at all. So I have no idea what the hell is going on, but all I hear is a bunch of GameStop situations and
Yeah, just a whole lot of double standards going on in the industry.
well, that's what North America thrives on, is double standards.
Oh yeah, people.
That's what makes the world go round.
Not just people, but institutions. They like to do that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
From what I've been reading, at least, that's what people are. They're kind of going back and forth, accusing each other of things that have been done. Did you read up on this, Alvin?
I read up on a little bit of it.
Okay,
So
yeah.
my understanding is that Robinhood, the app for buying stock
In
and
America,
selling
yeah.
stock in America, and also in the UK now, just FYI, they halted the ability to buy stock from GameStop
Mm-hmm.
and only allowed selling GameStop stocks, which is infuriated a lot of people because it doesn't allow the free market to grow, and they can't make money off of it essentially. So I saw that they were doing a class action lawsuit against Robinhood.
We all love lawsuits.
Yeah, so that'll be
Exciting.
interesting. Yeah. Did you buy any GameStop? That's hard to say.
GameStop stock.
GameStop.
Stocks.
It's one
I
of those
did
many
not.
things you're struggling with.
Yeah.
Becky, did you buy any GameStop?
I have not.
Oh,
I have
that's too
not
bad.
bought any stock.
You missed
and
out on the
I'm
1000%.
I'm quite glad I'm not doing stocks, or I haven't bought any stocks. But maybe sometime in the future when things like this have calmed down a little bit, maybe.
It's kind of amusing, actually, once you get into it. There's definitely a lot of research that goes into it. If you're that type of person that really cares about their money, which I realize there's a lot of people that get into this stock trading as they almost treat it like it's gambling. They don't do much research.
Wall Street bets. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
They
well,
literally
I mean,
read.
They do research, but most
No.
of their
Some people don't.
Well, some people don't, but their decisions are fueled on dares almost.
Yeah.
People
that's
saying,
true.
"Hey,
That's true.
if I spend $20,000 on this stock, will you dare and do it as well?" And they say, "YOLO." That's actually what they say. They say YOLO and then they do it.
Yeah.
They
You know what's interesting about Wall Street bets, comparing them to the hedge funders and all the short sellers and all those guys?
yes.
It's funny because the Wall Street guys are kind of doing the same thing, right? Sure, they're doing the same thing. The professionals, or the so-called professionals, and the hedge funders, hedge managers are doing the same thing, right? It's funny because they actually use the same terms, right?
Yeah.
So in professional, quote unquote, professional hedge funding and like all those institutionalized stock trading, I realized they use the same terms. Mm-hmm. They're also betting on the stock to go down so they can buy more. When it goes up, they'll sell it.
Yep.
Like and that's kind of the argument right now. It's like, isn't that also market?
It's manipulating.
Manipulation.
That's exactly
to
what
an
it
extent,
is.
right?
Well, it's legal manipulation.
Exactly. And I realized, I was looking it up, what a hedge manager is, or hedge funding is. It's actually illegal in the States.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this. Since it's recent. It's like 2007 or 2009 or something. I can't remember.
Oh, that reminds me of some sort of depression around that time.
Gee, I wonder what happened.
Yeah, so I saw a funny meme this morning, and it was billionaires saying poor people should invest. That's what they should be doing. And then the poor people going, okay. And the billionaires going, wait, hold up.
Yeah, exactly. The illustration be perfect.
Yeah.
It's like you're telling
it's the
your
Pikachu
kid.
face.
What's that?
It's the Pikachu face at the very end.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
I can just picture that like a three strip comic. It's like little Jimmy, you can do whatever you want. I want to become a circus freak. Wait a minute. Let me just hold you back real quick.
Or the meme with Gru from Despicable Me.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Rich
yeah,
people
yeah.
showing poor people how to invest. Poor people starts investing. Rich people go, wait, what?
Stop them now.
Yeah, it's really interesting what's happening with the stock market right now, though, and yeah, it's international news.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You were saying earlier, what do you call it? International groups and individuals are now buying into it too, right?
Yeah, there's
Into
people
GameStop.
from Brazil, there's people from Korea, and they're not going
So
crazy, but they're
funny.
buying 1 or 2 or 3
Yeah.
or 100 shares, and they're holding it just like everyone told them to.
Yeah.
It's really the someone put it as the French Revolution, but to Wall Street.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
French Revolution. A lot of people died then.
Yeah.
You know what's going to die this time?
What's that?
The egos of the rich people.
Oh yeah. If these guys keep holding.
Yeah, and they go bankrupt? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, that's just the power of people that have the power. If they control it, I mean, what's the most you can really do? And I mean, these Wall Street bet guys are like, they're kind of crazy. Assuming they bought in at a higher price, but I think a lot of them bought in at a low price. So it might not be a lot of money to them.
Yeah.
But then again,
it's the quantity and the amount of people
Exactly.
who are invested in doing this.
Yeah.
You don't just have one big hedge fund, spending all their cash. You have thousands and thousands of people who are all joining forces to
Yeah.
retaliate at the hedge funds, at the billionaires, at the people who were bailed out. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's really interesting, and I think it's a really cool movement because nothing like this has ever happened in the past.
First
So,
time, at least in the online world.
yes.
The e-trading and stuff like that.
There's gonna be a movie about this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What? Okay,
For sure.
if there's a movie about this, what do you think it's gonna be called?
It's gonna be called Stonks.
Stonks. With the meme picture.
Oh, totally. The that's one of my favorite ones with the fucking mannequin head. Jesus Christ.
I can already know who the main actor is going to be.
Who's it gonna be?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, you think so?
Jesse
He
Eisenberg.
plays
Mr.
all
Facebook
of
likes to
these.
play that,
He
eh?
plays all of these roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it's going to be Jesse Eisenberg and Justin Timberlake and Leonardo
Zac Efron.
DiCaprio.
You're making it seem like the Redditors are these very intellectual beings, like the people that they usually portray. But I think it's gonna be a cast of like jackass members,
Steve-O?
and yeah, because all of them are really, they're going into it just headstrong, YOLO.
That's true.
They're not thinking about their decisions, and then
That would be a perfect like a exaggeration of the situation with those actors being the people portraying in the movie.
yeah, for sure. I think it'll add a
That'd be
sense
hilarious,
of
yeah.
it'll add a sense of hyperbole to it.
Yeah.
But not far off.
No, yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. They could make a few of them like the smarter ones with like all the money. A few of them are like the regular Joes, right? Like with not that much money,
Yeah.
buying one or two.
Oh, that's gonna
Yeah,
be
should be interesting.
Well, speaking of stocks and finances and stuff like that, I was thinking the other day, I was like, so if you guys are kind of into stocks and whatnot, what tips would you give to a noob like I in this situation? It's like, how do you save money? 2, when do you decide to invest in these things? And 3, how? The big H. Because I'm sure there are a lot of people that like a lot, now like on the radio we have all these ads talking about stocks and investments, and people get
Yeah.
all awkward about it. And I hear about it all the time too. It's just my sister tells me to start getting into investing and all those shenanigans. So with those 3 questions, how would you?
I think investing gets a very bad rep in that it presents itself as this very complicated thing. And it's scary. It's scary to a lot of people because people work hard for their money. And now all of a sudden they're pouring their money into this thing that they're quite unsure of and they don't know enough of. So I think the first thing that needs to happen is they need to research, do their own research really, and look at different all the facets of investing. You know, what is it and all the different terms involved. And there's so many websites online that try to simplify things. And then go from there. I think that's the first step. And then it's to do your research and look and see what you're actually interested in. I mean, don't go and buy a product that you're not, like, you don't agree with. I think it's important to buy something you do agree with and you know information about, and then invest in that small, and then work your way from there. I think that's the most important thing. And then of course comes the experience and how to invest without emotions, but that's, I think, something that a more advanced person would eventually figure out.
That's a huge one.
Yeah.
Investing without the emotions.
Yeah. You have to. You have to invest.
Oh, like the attachments
no
and
emotional
yeah,
investment.
yeah.
Never try to avoid that as much as possible.
Like if something is not looking so great, you don't just go on your gut and okay, I'm selling it. I can't handle it.
You got to learn self-control and just kind of
pretty much, yeah.
being more logical than being an emotional decision maker.
If, like, for example, a very clear example from last year was the crash. The crash because of COVID, the lockdown. Very clear example. If you look at all of the stock, almost all of the stock online, if you check, all the records say that when it crashed, everything rebounded back to normal. Mm-hmm. So if you can imagine, if you were panic selling at that point at the lowest, you have lost a big amount of money.
Yeah.
And if you didn't wait the whole year, right, as a long term, because that's kind of what a lot of experienced stock people with experience in the stock trade or stock market, that's what they say. It's like you really have to think about long term versus short term. If you're thinking short term, that's fine, but that's always short lived, right? Mm-hmm. But that's definitely one of the interesting things when you look at all these the charts and the graphs and stuff. That was a pretty clear thing about last year, but I think it's a pretty consistent thing. If you had maybe more charts to look at the even longer years. Mm-hmm. But you know, like you were asking, what are some main things? It's like a big one is actually never ever panic sell.
Yeah.
Even if you think.
Well, I don't think anyone should be making decisions based on panic.
Of course.
You know, I think decisions should mostly be quite a logical thing.
Yeah, it happens because like you were saying, or like we were talking about, some people don't do the research, or they overlook something and they think like it's going to explode because of what somebody said. Yeah. You know, you kind of have to have your own opinion, your own theory of what the stock is to you. And that's probably the safest way is to find a stock that you're confident in.
Yeah. So in a way, it's like the only way to not make panic decisions is to be certain. Certainty will almost always guarantee.
It's almost like having confidence in the company that you're investing in. That's what you want to look at it as. Yeah. You don't want to just look at the graph and how they did in the 1 year, the 5 year. It's more so what they're doing with the company. Like, for example, if a company like Apple breaking records for revenue, right? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you invest in them if you know things are really going well? It's just a company with, that consistent growth. Sure, it's not like, 100% in a week or a month or something, but it has growth because they are, they're always innovating, trying to make something new. And mind you, they just they just implement their new processors. They're making their own processors.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I think that was also kind of a good thing for them. Mm-hmm. I heard it's pretty good performance and everything for their computers, and I think their phones too. Is that what they're doing, Alvin? Did you hear about Apple's processor? Are they using
the
it for
M1 processor?
Yeah, are they using it for their phones too, or just PCs?
No,
like computers.
Yeah, so the M1 processor is strictly meant for PCs.
Yeah.
And the
It's
phones,
ARM,
they
right?
yeah.
ARM.
Well, not even. It's their own architecture. They built it from the
I heard
ground
it's
up.
based off of ARM, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
customized it. Yeah.
Right. And the idea behind it is that the memory and the processor and basically all the components that are typically separated. You know, in the traditional motherboard, you have your chipset. You know, in old school days, your Northbridge, your RAM separate.
It's all eliminated.
It was
right?
all bottlenecked by the way that they connected, right?
Yeah.
Because they had to go really far, whereas now everything is all on one chip.
Right.
So
Boom.
it's able to be more controlled by the operating system
Yeah.
and by the kernel,
Mm.
allowing it to have better battery life, allow it to be more efficient, allow it to control its heat better.
Yeah.
So you know you're seeing things like the MacBook Air having 20 hours of battery life,
Exactly.
which is unheard of.
It's pretty nice.
Because of Intel and AMD, all of their processors, they're
Yeah.
great, but they're not as efficient because their components or the components of the computer are separated out,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And the other thing too is that Apple, they're building the entire ecosystem and all the components in it, whereas Intel still needs to work with different manufacturers.
That's right,
So
yeah.
it's making a bus, making an interface that's compatible to work with different vendors, as opposed to having something that is fortunately and unfortunately proprietary.
Exactly. There you have it, guys. Buy Apple stock. We are not financial advisors.
Yeah, no, we should premise that at the beginning of the podcast.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
by
not,
the way, we are not giving any
financial advice. This is just our opinions.
I'll write that in the description just in case.
Please do.
Full disclosure.
Full disclosure.
Again, guys, this is just this is just retail investors looking at it from our point of view. So
Coming
that's
from
all
the
it is.
peasant's
Don't listen
point of
to us.
view.
Yeah, you don't have to listen.
Yeah.
Our opinion is not the most important one in the room.
This is like a do not try this at home sort of thing.
That's what I always tell my my kids. I'm just like, hey, I think not that my opinion is the most important one in the room. Gives them full disclosure, and then if they want to argue with me, then they can argue with me.
It's like, it would be wise, and then the rest of the sentence.
What you're doing is good. I just think that maybe if you did this with a different approach, you might have a better outcome.
Yeah.
Or a different outcome. And if you don't like it, then that's fine. But if you do like it, then we're getting somewhere. It's just life lessons, Instead of just constantly telling someone, hey, you're doing it wrong. It's like, I think there is a more efficient way to achieve these results that you want.
True.
Yeah.
You guys heard of the $5 a day challenge?
No, what's that?
So you save $5 a day for the year, or like every day, just every day you save $5 a day, and then so basically $5 is the most minimum, and you try to do 35% interest rate from, like, let's say a stock. So let's say you pick a stable stock that goes up 35% or so, or even more, right? That's just an average. You'll make $2 million in 25 years. That's kind of the calculation there.
$2 million in 25 years.
Just off of $5 a day. So that in total, if you deposit $18.25 a year, your possibilities of making $2 million just increases.
Right.
It's just it's obviously like a rough calculation based on I think it's more like stable investments. We're not talking about, like, that risky business stuff. It's kind of interesting though. Like, yeah, I could totally see somebody, like, actually, being successful in that. I think it's possible, but you obviously have to have a lot of research and knowledge when you're doing these investments too. So you kind of have to keep your head up when you're doing this. But at the same time, I mean, $5 a day, that's not bad.
$5 a day is not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're only really investing under $2,000 as an individual. So
I'd almost say that's not enough, but
Oh,
that's
no,
a good
no,
start. It's a good start.
It's the most minimum.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, like, some people would want to put more, right? But yeah, it's an interesting concept.
That's
Oh.
how I started saving. It's
You
a
did
really
that.
great way to, especially those young kids or whoever want to, get a step in. with just saving, trying to invest a little bit more money in themselves and putting some money in your savings account.
Yeah.
Really, really easy way. This is how I started when I was in university. Every time I went home, and if I had a $5 bill in my wallet, I would put it into a jar. Anytime I went home and I had an extra and not even an extra, if I had a single $5 bill, I'd put it in the jar. Or
Nice.
if I had toonies and loonies, I would empty it out at the end of the week. I'd empty all the coins in my wallet out every Saturday or every Sunday, and I put it into a jar.
There you go.
And so that really, really helped kind of, and then you don't look at it. You don't open the jar.
Yeah.
You don't look at it. You put it somewhere where you're not going to look at it every day. So you forget that you have this money.
Exactly.
And if you're putting in $5 maybe every 2 days, that's 5 times 15. That would be, I can't do my math. That's $75. That's $75 already in a month. And that's if you're doing it every other day. If you're doing it every day.
154.
Right.
Depending on, because it's 30, between those days.
And if you do that for a year.
1825.
Yeah.
Well, it might be a little bit more depending on if you put more than 5.
Yeah.
You might have to
Then
change
that's
that.
again, that's only if like Val said, if you're doing a minimum of $5, and that's not including the change that you're taking out of your wallet every week as well.
Exactly. It's
Right.
really not that bad.
It
It's
really
such a small
isn't.
amount that it's
And
like,
and then I started to increase it to $5 bills or $10 bills.
yeah.
And I started doing that with $10
That's
bills.
more, right?
And it is way more. And
Then you bought some GameStop and boom, you're
And then you're a gazillionaire overnight.
yeah.
diamond hands.
Kind of glad I didn't do that. But yeah, that's just a little trick I like to do to save. And hopefully this helps some other people, if they feel like, hey, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck anymore.
Yeah.
Well, this is easier if you're living at home. If you don't have to pay rent and stuff like that, because
Yes.
it's rough when you have to pay rent and buy your groceries and do all that because you're already on a tight budget. So this, again, probably not be recommended to people who are already having a lot on their plate. But for people who are still living at home, who want to find out who want to figure out how to save a little bit more so they can
Financial freedom. Baby.
have a little bit more financial freedom and maybe save up to move out and be a little bit more lax and not be so tight on finances in the future.
Yeah.
This is kind of a good way to start.
It'll be worth it. I
Yeah.
can see it. I mean, I started really late. I'm already 32, and I only started last year. So, if you're younger than me, you have a lot
No
of years.
excuse.
Exactly. No excuses.
Yeah, and
You
then
got
me,
this.
yeah, and so like what Val said, and then for me, I'm 26 this year, and I've been doing this since I was 19 or 20, since I was 20 about, and I've got quite a bit saved up, and I feel like if I'm not in a rush to move out, and I plan on doing it when I'm 30, then I might actually be okay by the time I'm 32, like buy a place.
Yeah.
And be okay for the most part, as long as I'm still working and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for like the big payments, the big chunks and stuff, it's not going to be as much of a stress when you have to pay that on top of other things that you have to pay off as well. Wow, this is a very money-based talk today.
It's not money. It's
Finances and investment in
wealth.
stocks and wealth.
It's personal growth.
Wealth.
Personal wealth and growth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the world we live in, unfortunately, it is.
That's just how it is.
It's
That's how they
controlled by
roll.
money, so it's always a topic. I think at this point.
It's just I listened to something the other time, just like, can money actually buy you happiness?
I mean,
And
of course
it's
it can.
yeah, it can.
It's
If
just a
money can buy you certainty, money can buy you stability,
Yes.
and those things are the key to happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Is the fact that you have control over what you want to spend.
Exactly.
And that is happiness. So yes, to all those hippie lovers who say money can't buy you happiness, you're wrong. Because money does buy you happiness.
It can. It can.
Yes.
I think it's more short-term happiness, no?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Well, stability and
Stability.
having,
Yeah.
again, full control over your spendings and not having to worry about the possibility of going to poverty or not being able to feed yourself. I think that's
if
happiness.
if not happiness, at least the freedom of, that kind of financial stress, right? That's always a good thing, I think, for everybody's brain, especially in these times.
So maybe we should say materialistic happiness.
I could say that,
Maybe.
right? You can buy a lot of things with money, right?
But money can only buy one of you, Val.
Like our sponsor. Nope.
YNA. No,
We don't have one.
I ain't saying that yet. Sorry.
That would have been a great segue,
Exactly.
huh? Oh, one day.
Are we gonna apply for that? We should. We should try.
Yeah, we should.
We could plug them.
Who do you
Right.
think would be like a dream sponsor?
GameStop.
Honestly, actually, Apple. Apple or
Oh,
Apple
yeah.
would never. Apple doesn't do sponsors. They have so much money. They don't need to.
I know, right? I know. Like, actually,
Yeah.
I
They
don't.
don't-
You know, I wouldn't mind some kind of food or something. Like not a restaurant, but a brand food, because brand foods
yeah.
have more. They just have more worth, in my opinion, in terms of some of them are huge, right? Like
Lay's.
Lay's, yeah, their company's massive, right? Or Coke. I mean, aside from all the Coke I fucking drink,
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool to be sponsored by
You're
Coke.
like their primary source of revenue.
You
John.
are the sponsor.
Yeah. You
I
are.
used to be. I
You
used-
you are Coke.
You are the
Love
reason
Coke.
why they even start to sponsor people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it me that brought them happiness?
Yeah. They actually were about to sponsor us, and then
Yeah.
they realized that they don't need to because they're getting so much money from John.
I gotta stop drinking Coke, guys.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I mean, most companies, I realize you can kind of apply, and they'll kind of reply to you and see, like, they'll give you an offer actually about sponsorship and stuff like that. I realize that because, like, some of those small businesses,
Yeah.
like I don't know, the VPN, the NordVPN.
Yeah.
You can always contact them and be like, hey, we have a channel, blah blah, and we want to, we'd like to sponsor. We need a sponsor.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna be like,
Might have some
how
conditions.
many followers do you have?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yada yada yada.
Right now, it's not. We're not. Really
We're not in a
position-
negotiating position.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Maybe when we reach like 100. But to be fair, I haven't been networking our channel, so I don't know if you guys have been pushing it to anybody, but I have not been yet.
Not really.
So
I occasionally mention it to a couple of my peeps. She's like, oh yeah, I'm doing a
Okay.
podcast. And they're like, oh,
Oh, nice.
cool.
I checked our Instagram thing, and it was actually growing. I was surprised.
Actually,
We're at like 50.
It's pretty good.
a whole 50. Look at us. That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good. Yeah.
I think it would be good if we settled on more like narrowed down topics. Like today was really
Yeah.
good about like stock
Honestly,
and
yeah.
wealth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just so it gives people kind of something to focus on.
Right.
Because sometimes so people, if y'all are listening, if
No,
there's
they're not.
anything particular,
No, they dropped off when we started the podcast.
the moment that it was like hello and welcome back.
Yeah, and
to...
they're like, oh no, I'm skipping this.
Shit episode.
Yeah.
Trash.
What if we found out that all 50 of those listeners don't actually like the podcast? Like they're
They
they're
fucking
hate they're
hate it.
hate listening.
Oh, hate listening.
They're listening to it to fuel their workouts.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Like they're constantly just angry whenever they hear us.
Exactly.
And they use that to like pump themselves up.
Motivation. So,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh, fucking Becky and her fucking cackle just pisses me off.
I can't get
so
enough of
much.
this though. I gotta keep listening to her.
God.
Yeah.
Alvin and his intellectual comments here and there. God, just that makes everyone feel stupid
Oh,
around him.
Punching that
Hate
punching
him.
Jesus
bag.
Christ. I bet Val only likes Coke and nothing else.
Yeah.
I drink it like water.
That's
do.
true.
You
I can
do.
attest to this.
No.
that
Yeah.
he
I've never
really
seen
is.
anyone drink more Coke than he does.
Sometimes I think the only time I ever see you drink actual water is when you're playing Ultimate.
No, he drinks water. The
drink
water and the
now.
Coke.
Yeah. Water then Coke.
The moisture.
No, the water in the Coke.
It's not even water at that point. It's just the moisture.
I've been drinking a lot more water actually recently. And
I'm
you guys
proud
know
of you.
That's
I'm
good.
proud of you.
Well, I have to.
I made a public announcement on Facebook
What?
to remind people to drink water.
I saw that.
Yes.
I should have
Did
put
you-
an angry face on
I
it.
reported
Can
that.
you just change that real quick?
I
Do
reported
you feel
that.
personally attacked, Alvin? Just because I told
I
you
am
to drink more
attacked.
water?
I am attacked. You trying to make me drink water? Hell
I'm
no.
simply advising that it
Yeah,
might
it
be
would be
good.
wise.
It would be wise to allow your body to intake some dihydrogen monoxide once in a while.
There you go. I put an angry comment on it.
Oh, good.
Angry face.
That's perfect.
What is
Yeah.
this? Oh, summon hail.
Yes.
What are you, fucking sorceress? Something? Oh, you're summoning hail, eh?
No, the Vancouver just fucking summoned hail every time I want to go for a run.
I hope it hails every time you run now.
Wow. It's like the
Is that
middle
mean
of
to say?
summer and a heat wave.
That'd be so weird.
Everyone's
It's just
out.
following her around.
Yeah, and then
It's
she
wait,
puts on
the
her
fuck?
shoes. It's like hail.
I
And
guess
then
I
as
can't
soon as
run
she goes
today.
back inside, it's like sunny and heat wave again.
I
Birds
hate
are
it.
chirping.
Yeah.
I hate this.
That would
guys
be
are gonna jinx
hilarious.
it.
Yeah.
You're gonna jinx it.
So, so are we gonna talk anything else about financial shit?
Nope.
Okay. So
I'm out. I'm out.
So-
My brain's fried.
So Becky was complaining earlier that her hands and feet and ass
Or
and
ice
forehead
cold.
were ice cold.
Ice cold.
Just those parts of my body. Everything
and
else
every
is
other part
warm.
as well.
And then
Her heart
oh,
and her
stomach's
heart.
probably warm, right?
And her
'Cause-
heart.
No, my tummy was pretty cold. My
What?
tum was cold.
So, and then I said women have a natural tendency to have less circulation, good circulation.
You know,
That kinda sucks.
my sister has really bad blood circulation. Her feet are always purple in winter.
Purple.
Oh
Holy
yeah,
shit.
she has
Damn.
terrible blood circulation.
Uh,
Yeah, so if you all want to improve blood circulation in your feet, peppermint foot rubs and hot water baths
I hear
are highly encouraged
I hear Coca-Cola works too.
ooh, actually, it does warm up your body.
Yeah.
Actually,
because it's sugar. It's
Yeah.
sugar and there's
Yeah.
caffeine.
Yeah.
you could also start kicking a fucking wall or something.
Yes.
Or you can kick
Yes.
someone.
Or you can kick
somebody.
someone.
Yep.
Yeah,
You could
yeah,
kick
yeah,
someone
Yes.
and get your heart pumping, and you just feel the anger, and it just raises your temperature.
Mm. You can also do jumps, backflip.
Jumping over small people.
No, just small people.
Oh, maybe that's just me.
You like to abuse kids, don't you? Or mess with kids.
No, they're just perfect jumping height.
That's true. That's true.
You know, they're just high enough so you get like a bit of a workout in,
Mm.
but they're low enough to not feel quite threatened.
Unless you're Val and you were like 7 feet when you were a kid.
Oh, that's true. I've seen
I was
some
a pretty
big
kid,
children.
actually.
Yeah.
I was looking at my kid photos with my girlfriend the other day, and I'm just looking at myself like, holy fuck.
You're
Yeah.
a big boy.
This big boy. Right here, look at this big boy.
She was like, how old are you in that picture? I think I'm 2. You look like you're 5. I'm like, I kind of do now. What the fuck? That's so weird.
I was neither a big child nor was I tiny. I was just very skinny.
Hmm.
I remember very consciously the day that I went from 30 pounds to 35 pounds.
Okay.
I think I was 7.
Holy fuck. 35 pounds and you were 7?
Yeah, I was in grade
I
2.
must have been 65 or 70 pounds. Yeah, fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then I think grade 4 and 5. Grade 4, I was about 45 pounds, maybe.
Okay.
And then by the time I hit like grade 6 and 7, I had finally reached 65 pounds.
Damn, it's pretty light.
65 or 70, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while. It took a while until I hit 91, 95 pounds.
Yeah. What do you right now? What's
Currently?
your average?
I'm average if before I go pee, I am 107.8.
Okay.
0.8.
Oh,
Oh,
so
you're very
breaking 100
exact.
at least.
Huh?
You're breaking 100 at least.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, for sure.
Okay. That's good.
And then after I pee, it is 107.2.
Okay. That's not bad.
So it does fluctuate.
0.3
But-
to 0.2? Wait, is that what we said?
0.8 to 0.2.
0.8. Okay.
I think it helps that I exercise and all those protein shakes I accumulated over the years. It's helped maintain.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely helped maintain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
How much? What about you, Alvin? Were you a chunky kid?
No, I was pretty
You're a
average.
big boy.
Nope. I was very average.
Those potatoes didn't kick in, has it?
Nope.
Potatoes.
Not yet?
It's just carbs.
Those carbs hadn't kicked in yet?
I love carbs.
Milk though. You
Yes.
drink a lot
I'm
of milk?
sure everyone will be able to tell.
I started drinking lactose-free milk.
Oh no, you didn't
Yeah.
drink homo?
No.
I fucking love homo.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
gay, by the way.
Yeah, no homo.
No homo?
No homo.
Oh, that's too bad. It tastes good though.
Yeah.
I like it's delicious.
Yeah. No, I started drinking lactose-free.
Oh, like fucks with your stomach.
No, I like the taste of lactose-free milk.
Oh.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
You
I know,
you
it's
are
really
a
weird.
robot. You're fucking.
That's
I
so
know.
weird.
You're not human.
Have you ever tried lactose-free milk?
I have.
It's so good.
It's
It's sweeter, isn't it?
It's because
maybe.
of it's what they do to it, or whatever they add.
It's tainted.
With
Yeah,
flavor.
Technically. Yeah.
Tainted
technically
with
it is.
flavor.
I could see it tasting good though. I've tried it before and it's not bad.
So it's just a little sweeter than regular homo milk.
Have you tried like skim milk?
That shit tastes like water.
It's fucking nasty.
It's like water.
It's like, is this just
There's
water
nothing.
and like 10% milk or some shit? Like fucking gross.
2% milk, more like 2% of it is milk.
Yeah, fuck. The rest is just nasty.
It's just the nasties. It's just a carton of nasty.
You guys ever see? Oh, I heard about the beer they're making out of sewage water.
What?
That's
Where's this?
awesome. I think in Europe or something. They're trying something out. So funny.
Really?
And-
That's really bizarre.
And it's expensive too.
That's really bizarre. You want to know something else that's really bizarre?
What's that?
You.
Other than me,
Ooh,
in
okay.
China,
China.
they're starting to realize that the COVID tests,
Okay.
you know, the lobotomy ones up your nose,
Oh yeah.
aren't as effective because,
Uh-oh.
well, they found that there's a more accurate way to do it. And the more accurate way to do it is through
Your ass.
your ass.
Like actually?
Like, actually.
Well, we called it, dude.
Yeah, you guys called it.
Called it. Yeah, they
You
said,
guys called
he
it.
said bend over. I'm gonna check your temperature.
No. There's some sort of other test. Anyways, yeah, so that's the more accurate way to do it.
Oh, well, I whatever.
But why would COVID be up your ass?
It's not about. It's not about.
It's not
up your
about COVID.
ass.
It's just funny.
It's about GameStop.
Yep.
Huh.
So once they. So okay. So what's the procedure?
I'm Googling it right now.
Okay, we're about to find out the procedure up
They
your ass COVID test.
They swab the inside of your ass.
Well, they might find other things like cancer. That'd be nice. At least you know you have cancer.
That's what prostate
Oh,
exams
so
are
China
for.
using anal swabs for COVID testing. Okay,
So
let's look at
it's
this.
True. Holy fuck.
China just loves fucking people up the ass, don't they?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They've been around for a while, so they know what's up. The ass. I guess.
Anything, Alvin?
No, it's just, yeah. China starts using anal swabs to test high-risk people for COVID.
High risk. Huh.
The only thing high risk about this situation is him getting turned on.
I don't know about that. When you're getting probed by some random cold finger. Just a downer. Just a fucking downer.
By a cold finger. I know someone with cold hands. I know someone with cold hands. Cold limbs overall.
Uh-oh.
I'm not doing prostate examinations on y'all. No, thank you.
Gross.
Yeah, I gotta look more into it. It's fairly new, and all I'm reading here is that they're doing it for high risk.
Okay.
And,
So if you're like old, or
guess
whatever
so.
demographic they would consider high risk.
well, I think they say that it's more accurate
Right.
than the
right.
traditional COVID test. So
is it a temperature based or what is it?
I don't think it's temperature.
Huh.
I
Interesting.
don't really want to look into it. I mean, I could look for pictures and tell you, but I'm
Why
good.
would you
I'm
look for
good.
I always wanna see
pictures?
pictures.
No. I
No?
don't think we need to.
Oh.
I think it's awful that they do it for like high risk people, like the old seniors. Like, imagine you're 85.
I think they're
You,
used
you've
to it.
already been.
Let's be real here.
Oh.
Yeah, to like drop your pants. They're like they're already dropped.
I mean, they
They're
probably
already
get-
bending over. They're so used
Yeah,
to it at
they
that
already
point.
know. They already
Oh
know.
no.
Because they have to get tested regularly, right? If you're older, I think.
Oh
Right?
no.
Yeah, they're probably expecting it.
When you're senior, it's like what? Like almost every year you have to check for things.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I heard. Well, if you're high risk, at least. For
How often
other-
do like men have to get it checked?
it becomes like that. It becomes like every year if you have health problems,
Yep.
you literally will go to the doctor even sometimes every month, every 6 months or something.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine getting your ass probed like
I
that
mean,
every
if you-
month?
Yeah, if you're prone for fucking that kind of like colon cancer, yeah, I can imagine them checking every like 3 months just in case, because you just if you want to stay alive, I guess.
I guess.
How did we end
Or
up
do you-
talking about anal probes?
Well,
COVID.
you know the hedge fund managers are getting anally probed by
Yes,
the Wall
figuratively.
Street bet redditors,
Figuratively speaking, yes.
and probably literally too.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got them locked up probably in a dungeon.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's why some of the fund is still there.
That's why some of the fun is still there.
That's why they're still holding.
Yep.
Because they've locked up some of the hedge managers. They're fucking trapped, eh?
Yep.
Well, that's it about stocks
And anal probing?
and anal probing. Yes.
Thank God. Two things that I have no contribution to.
Yeah.
So
what's new?
I was gonna say, Alvin, I was gonna ask you this. So,
I gotta go, guys.
all right,
It's 9:24.
and I guess this concludes.
No, you guys want to keep going?
Hell no.
Hell no! I'm not getting stuck here with
Hell
Mr.
no.
Alvin
All right,
Frou Frou,
guys.
man.
To be
Hell no.
continued. Hold that thought in your
And
heads.
hold that stock.
Okay.
Okay. Hold that thought and
let's
hold
hold,
that
everybody.
stock.
Hold that
Everybody
stock and clench
hold.
your ass,
I'm
because
not-
we're gonna be back.
Again, this is not professional financial
We
advice.
are not members
Please
of
consult
Wall
a
Street Bets. I'm not
please
a member.
consult a financial professional, and do not listen to us. But hold those bets.
But hold it.
Hold it.
Woo!
And clench
Hold
those
it.
butt cheeks,
Yeah,
because
and
we'll be
clench those-
back
yeah.
better than ever.
Is it recording still?
Yep.
Well, that's awkward.
Fuck yeah, boy.